Started. Welcome. Welcome to Bariatric Yoga. I'm Tracy, and I'm really glad that you're joining us. We're going to get started. We're going to do some practicing yoga. I love yoga for that reason, that it's just a practice. So we're going to start in an easy seat. So please join me by grabbing a yoga mat, a chair, even a couch seat, whatever is most comfortable for you. Sukhasana, an easy seat. If you're here in the studio, welcome. I'd like to start by offering our practice a sense of smell, inviting the sense of smell. So here in the studio, I have self-love to offer today, which is a mix of geranium, rose, and orange. If you're at home, I invite you to even pause the video or just jump up quickly and light a candle, or perhaps even pause the video. And sometimes when I'm at home, I like to start a pot of boiling water and put some lemon in there with some of my favorite spices, just to bring in that sense of smell into my practice. So here in the studio, please palms up if you're interested. Yes. Hi. And then just for those of you that are joining online, I'm just gonna squirt myself because I love it so much. And then join me in an easy seat, Sukhasana, and just relax. I always love to begin my practice with breath work, pranayama, our life force. Today's breath practice is called straw breath, and it's just that. We're going to breathe out of a pretend straw. And the breath work is an in-breath through the nose and the out-breath through a pretend straw. So I'll demonstrate and then invite you to settle into the practice. So as always, in-breath is through the nose. So we'll seal the lips, in-breath through the nose, filling up the body cavity with this vital oxygen. And then the out-breath, long, slow, and steady. Emptying the entire breath through this beautiful, tiny pinhole straw that's imaginary. In breath through the nose, filling up the body. And then the out breath through the tiny imaginary straw. So please, an invitation to settle in, leaving aside anything that you might have brought with you to your practice that you have carried throughout the day. Leave it aside, drop it, let it go. Settle into your seat. Use those sitting bones. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Grow tall with the spine. Send the crown of the head high to the sky. Palms resting on the knees. Face up, palms up. Invitation to close off the eyes. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the straw. Again. And again, yogis, please continue taking in breath through the nose, feeling the air, the cool air coming in through the nostrils, and then pushing slowly the air out through the straw, pushing, pushing, pushing slowly with consistency out through the straw. And then again, this breath is scientifically proven to help bring your blood pressure down, to calm the mind, and to calm the body. So imagine throughout your day, you get into an argument, perhaps maybe getting yelled at by the boss or the spouse or a friend. Step into this breath practice. Deep breath in. Exhale through the straw. When you're ready, just blinking the eyes open or remaining closed. Just check in. Check in with your insides. How do you feel? Did it make a difference or not? And now an opportunity to grab a hold of a Sat Nam, an I am statement set in the present moment. I am. And you fill in the blank after that. I am strong. I am present. I am alive. I am beautiful. Borrow one of mine, come up with your own, and we'll begin some movement with our breath. Breathing in, letting it go, and just some movement, swinging the arms side to side. Just very gently and slowly with intention. Just moving back and forth. Breathing in and out. And then yogis, when you're ready, we're going to make an opposite hand and knee connection. So grabbing a hold, doesn't matter which side, because we're going to do both. Just finding some stillness by grabbing the opposite hand and knee for a beautiful spinal twist to start our movement. And taking a peek around the opposite shoulder, seeing what's behind you. A big deep breath in. And on your exhale, see if maybe you can twist just a little further, maybe 1 degree. Holding the stretch, making sure the stretch is not holding in through the legs. Letting the legs hold no tension. The stretch is in the spine, in the side body. And then when you're ready, gently release the stretch on an exhale breath. And begin that movement again, slowly. Just moving back and forth. Good. Back and forth. And when you're ready, grabbing the opposite hand and knee on the other side. And a beautiful twist on the opposite. Taking a peek behind you, what do you see back there? An inhale breath through the nose. Grows tall with the spine. And on the exhale breath, it gives us the ability to deepen the stretch just a little bit, not too much. Inhale one more time. And on the exhale, let the stretch go. And just moving back and forth again. And then finding some stillness. I like to just bring my fingertips to the ground, give a little tickle. Let's inhale both arms up high to the sky. Bring the palms together to touch at the top. And we'll bring them through to prayer, tucking our thumbs here into our heartbeat in a slight bow of the head. Hands will come to touch on the floor. And then we're going to do some neck stretches. So we'll bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Inhale the right arm up high to the sky. And we can bring it around to wrap around the ear for a little extra weight. For a beautiful stretch here. You can also walk the fingertips out for a little added stretch. Remember to take in breath and also to let it go. Release the hand from the head and then return the head back to neutral. And then take the left ear to the left shoulder. Inhale the left arm high to the sky and wrap it around the ear. Feels so nice. Can walk the fingertips out for a little extra stretch. Remember to let go of any tension in the lower part of the body. Relax. Take it easy. Breathing in and out. The straw breath is always available to you. Releasing the hand from the stretch and then returning the neck. And then a slight glance down, taking the chin to the chest. Inhale both arms high to the sky, interlacing the fingertips at the top and allowing them to come gently down to the head. And then bringing the elbows to come to kiss in the front. Breathing in and out. Unlace the fingertips, allowing them to come back down to the ground, returning the head to neutral. And then taking a sweet glance up at the sky. Not too much, just enough. And then yogis, perhaps a look all the way around. Very gently rolling the head one direction and then rolling it back the other way around. Beautiful. And now let's bring our feet, the soles of our feet, to meet here in the front for a butterfly stretch. Beautiful. Just a little flutter. And then we'll do a forward fold here. Nice and tall, grow high to the sky, keeping a nice straight spine, hinging at the hips, keeping the spine nice and straight, just taking it as far as you feel comfortable. Even the fingertips can come in front and be used as a guide. I like to use it as a weight so that I don't stretch too much or bend at the spine. Stopping when I feel just enough resistance that I know my body's telling me that's enough. Then turning your attention to the breath. Breathing in. And on the exhale breath, seeing if I can walk just maybe 1 or 2 inches further. Beautiful. Walking back up, returning to neutral, bringing the knees together, and we're gonna turn, I'm turning to the side. You may already be in this position on your mat. We're gonna roll down to our backs and bring the knees into the chest And wrap our hands around our knees and just give ourselves a nice big hug for a beautiful day. Job well done today, yogis. And then we're going to take our right leg high to the sky, keeping our left knee into the chest. So the right leg is facing up at the sky, and we're going to point and flex. And point and flex. And depending on what your day looked like, this might be a little more challenging than you would think. If you've been on your feet all day, whoo, this flex might feel a little different for some than others. So take your time with your point and your flex and use your breath if it feels sticky at all. Breathing in and out. And when you feel you've warmed up enough, then begin to roll the ankle. What we're doing here is creating blood flow in an opposite direction. So all day, if you've been on your feet, your blood has been flowing down. Down, down, down. And now we're sending it in the other direction. If you rolled to the right, now roll the ankle to the left. Excellent. And now we're going to lift the head up off the floor and gently begin to lower the right leg down towards the ground, but don't let it touch. Engage the core. Tuck your belly button into your spine for some awesome core workout right here. Yes, yogis. And see if you can hold. Hold here. Keep your core engaged for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. And now lower the leg all the way down to the ground and take the head down to the ground as well. Beautiful. Now take the left hand and reach for the inside of your left foot. If you can make it, great. If not, that's okay too. You can keep a hold right here where you are. We're going to shoot for half happy baby to really open up the hips. We're going to allow, if you can, the left knee to come to the outside of the body. As far as you can is great. However you can get there, careful to keep the hips down onto the ground and not let the hips pop open. Breath, breath, go to the breath. Breathing in and out. Really opening up the hips here. We hold a lot of tension and emotion in our hips. Beautiful. All right, bringing the knee back into the body. Bringing both knees back in. And we're going to switch legs. So keeping a hold of the right knee, sending the left leg high to the sky. Beautiful. Point and flex. Point and flex. Woo. Oh, use the breath. Point and flex. And if it feels sticky, this flex for me is very difficult. I have very tight hamstrings. So when I flex, my breath is so valuable to me. That straw breath. When you feel that you've warmed up the muscle, begin to roll the ankles or the ankle. When you've gone in one direction, turn and go in the other. Awesome. And then we're going to lift the head up off the ground, engage the core, pull your belly button down into your spine and begin to lower slowly the leg down to the earth, but not allowing it to touch. And then hold. We're going to hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.5, and 1. Great. Now lower the leg down and then lower the head. Awesome. And now have happy baby on the other side. So grabbing a hold of the inside of the right foot, if that's doable, you can grab anywhere on the leg to try. Well, we don't really try. We either do or we don't. So wherever you're finding it comfortable for you, the goal is to just open up the hips. We're going to keep the hips firmly planted on the earth. We're not going to pop them open. And then allow the my right knee to come to the outside of the body for half happy baby on this side. Really opening up the hips, the hip joints, and using the breath in and out. Beautiful. And releasing, bringing the knee back in, bringing both knees back in. And for balance, in yoga purposes, I'm going to grab a hold of both legs, both feet, and do a full happy baby. Please feel free to join. It's a push and a pull. I'm pulling in with my hands and pushing out with my feet. Really engaging the core. And I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but if you're here in the studio, you can see my muscles shaking because of the push and the pull. And then really just relaxing the muscles, releasing the stretch, bringing both knees in, and giving myself a big hug. Please do the same. And now send your legs long, send your arms long, and give a full body stretch. Awesome. Bring the soles of your feet to the mat and the palms of your hands to the mat. Excellent. And we're headed to bridge pose. You'll notice you have this beautiful curve in your spine. We're going to take that beautiful curve out of the picture by pulling the belly button into the spine, placing all the vertebrae onto the mat, onto the earth. And then continue that same energy by lifting the hips up off of the ground and rolling up onto the shoulders, pushing into the feet. Push through the heels, the soles of your feet, engaging through the legs and engaging the glutes. So squeezing through my glutes so that this is a very active asana, an active posture, not rolling up onto my neck, but staying on my shoulders, and then also engaging the core. Perhaps grabbing a hold of my Sat Nam while I'm doing all of this. And then rolling back down one vertebra at a time. Beautiful. If you're not a little out of breath, then perhaps listen again to the instructions. We're going to take this natural curve out of the spine by tucking the belly button down into the spine, engaging the muscles that are there. We're going to lift the hips up off the ground, one vertebra at a time, rolling up onto the shoulders. Pushing now through the heels of the feet. I'm engaging my glutes. I'm engaging through the legs, and every bit of my body muscles are working. I'm even pushing through the palms of my hands.
rolling up onto my shoulders. Every muscle in the body is engaged, minus maybe my facial muscles. But I could do that too, if you want. We could do lion's face at the same time. And then breathing here, breathing in, and even using that straw breath. Pushing through the feet. Now lowering back down one vertebra at a time. And then relaxing the muscles. That natural curve returns in the spine. Awesome. I know. And then one last time, make it count, yogis. Big deep breath in. And on the exhale, push the belly button down to the spine. Roll up one vertebra at a time, pushing through the soles of the feet. Lifting up onto the shoulders. Excellent. I hear you. Beautiful. Engage. And then lower back down. Beautiful. All right, let's take the right leg high to the sky and let's act like we're ladies, even if we're not, and cross the right leg over the left. And then lift the left leg so that it's parallel to the ground. And then let's take our arms and cactus them out to the sides. And we're gonna let our legs gently float over to the left for a beautiful spinal twist here. You can even take a peek over to the right for a little deeper stretch. Big, deep, relaxing inhale breath. Let go of any tension you might still be holding on to from bridge pose. Float the legs back up to the top. Returning the sole of the foot back to the earth. Uncross the legs, but crisscross them now so the left is over the right. We'll lift so that the right leg is parallel to the ground, and we'll float in the other direction. And you can take a peek over to the left for a little deeper twist. Returning to the breath. Noticing how when the lungs are twisted, even a slight bit, the breath is different. And floating the legs back up to the top, uncrossing the legs, and bringing the legs into the chest. And then if you can roll back up, great. Oh, no, just kidding. Send the legs long, send the arms long, big, long stretch. And then we're going to roll onto our bellies. So either way, doesn't matter. Roll. Roly-polies, rolling onto our bellies. Scooting there, however you get there is okay. And then we're gonna head to crocodile pose. Crocodile pose sends both of the toes, not that you only have two toes, but sends both feet with toes pointed out, awkward. And then one forearm rests on top of the other forearm. And then the forehead rests on top of that. So 4 on top of 4 on top of 4. This leaves room for you to breathe here, yogis. So take a few breaths and notice where you may be holding on to any tension in the body. Crocodile pose is a pose to relax. So take a breath or two. And now send both arms long and take your right cheek, not your butt cheek, but your face cheek. Take your right cheek to the mat. We're headed to Superman pose. So many variations, it's yogi's choice. The full pose would be to lift both hands and feet off the ground on the exhale breath. However, yogi's choice. You can lift both just both arms. You can lift just both legs. You could lift opposite leg and arm. Yogi's choice. It's a lift on the exhale breath. So your right cheek, face cheek, is down on the mat. And we're going to take a big, deep breath in, pulling in all the oxygen that we're going to need to do the stretch. So inhale breath. And on the exhale breath, ready? Exhale breath and lift up. Lift and hold. Hold. 3, 2, 1. And lower down, taking the left cheek to the mat. Awesome. Relax. Beautiful. Inhale breath. And lift up on the exhale. Hold. 2, 1. And lower down, left cheek to the mat. Whoops, right cheek to the mat. Good. Inhale breath. Exhale, lift up. Good. 3, 2, 1. And lower back down. Left cheek to the mat. Awesome. Y'all are doing great. We're going to do one more. Make it count. Perhaps do something different. Ready? Beautiful. Breath in. Exhale, breath, lift up. Oh, you got it. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Lower back down, all the way back down. Beautiful. Excellent. Okay, slide your hands underneath next to your body, and we're just gonna push up into a table position. So our hips are gonna be stacked over our knees, our hands right underneath. Beautiful. And we're just gonna round the back out. We're gonna go cat cow. So beautiful, beautiful. On the inhale breath, we're gonna round the back, the counter pose to what we were just doing. So it's an inhale breath, round the back, tuck the chin, and then exhale breath, push everything out, and drop the belly, look up at the sky. You can even tuck the toes under, and then push the breath out. Roll the back, tuck the chin, flatten the feet. push away from the earth. And then on an inhale breath, tuck the toes, drop the belly, round, look up at the sky. And then push everything out. Tuck the chin, push away from the earth, flatten the feet, round the back. And then, yogis, just get organic with it. Just begin to move around. We have really loosened everything up. Your spine is so loose right now. All the fluid in there is warmed up. It's lubricated. So just move around. It should feel really nice. Excellent. Beautiful. We're going to drop the hips down to the heels and send the arms long for a beautiful child's pose. Stretch the arms long. This is a great stretch for your shoulders. Take some beautiful deep breaths. Excellent. Returning to table. Tuck your toes under. We're going to send our hips high for downward dog. This is our first downward dog and our only one, so make it count. Just stay here for just a second. Walk your dog, move the heels up and down. Take your time. We are inverted for the first time, probably all day, unless you're walking around like this at work or at home. I don't know, maybe. Walking the dog. Find some stillness. And when you're ready, take a look at your hands and just begin to walk your feet towards them for a beautiful forward fold. A generous bend in the knees might feel really nice here. You can even crisscross your arms for some anchorage and just hang out. In yoga, we say we do forward folds so we can just get over ourselves. So let it all dump out right here, right now. Big deep breath in. Generous exhale out. And we're going to come gently to a halfway lift. So allow the spine to find a nice straight position that's parallel to the earth. And then come all the way back down to the ground. And then slowly rising up one vertebrae at a time. And we'll let the head be the last thing that comes up. We'll find ourselves in mountain pose. Tadasana. Beautiful. Send those fingertips long to the ground. And then a big inhale breath. We'll bring them high to the sky. Send them east and west first. Gather them together at the top for our upward salute, Ardha Hastasana. And then a beautiful swan dive all the way back down to the ground. Inhale, breath, come all the way back up. Excellent. And then forward fold all the way back down to the ground. Inhale all the way back up. Ooh. One more, all the way back down.
Inhale all the way back up. Beautiful. And just float the arms back down. Yogis, check in with that Satnam. I am. Excellent. I am excellent. So we are now at the end of our practice, and it is time for the most important part, Shavasana. Make your way all the way down to the floor. All the way down to the earth. All the way down to corpse pose. Find yourself in the most relaxing position where everything is completely surrendered to Mother Earth, where gravity has a chance to completely take over, where you no longer have to do any heavy lifting. We're just going to take 1 minute right here. So please let it go. You deserve it. You're worth it. Close off your eyes. Seal off your lips. Take breath in and out through your nose, focusing in on just the beautiful sound of the bell. See if you can follow it all the way until its end. And when it's done, return to your Satnam and know that you have cared for yourself today. Begin to wiggle your fingers, your toes. Bring fresh breath and new life into your relaxed body. And know that you can take this feeling into the rest of your day and into all moments. Please return to a seated position and join me. We'll take one last beautiful breath together. Tickle the earth. We'll send both hands east and west on a beautiful breath in. Palms together at the top. Bringing our hands in front of us in prayer. Tucking our thumbs into our heartbeat. Please know that the light in me bows and honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. Support group will start in just a minute.